Hello everyone, welcome back to the study of economics. In this episode, we are going to deal with question bank solutions. So in the last episode, we have completed chapter first. Now, we are going to deal with question and answers of that chapter. First question, choose the correct answers and each carries 1 marks. First question, if you are in job, you are working for payment, you are called dash. Answer will be employee. Question number 2, scarcity is the root of dash. Scarcity is the root of all economic problems. Option A. Answer is all economic problems, not option D. Question number 3. The long queues at railway station, bus stand, cinema theatres are all manifestations of dash. Option A. Publicity. Option B. Scarcity. Option C. Plenty. Option D. Quantity. So answer will be option B. Scarcity. Next question. Question number 4. Alternative uses of resources give rise to the problem of dash. Problem of rights, price, choice or chance. Answer will be C, that is choice. Problem of choice. And the last question. This subject is mainly around the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So option A, history. Option B, economics. Option C, political science. Option D, sociology. So answer will be option B, that is economics. So economics only what? Study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. So this is up to MCQ questions, carries 1 marks. Next, fill in the blanks questions. Here also each carries 1 marks. Question number 1. When you buy goods, you are called dash. You are called, that is consumer. Question number 2. When you produce goods, you are called dash. Again, that is producer. So second answer will be producer. Question number 3. When you sell goods for profit, then you are called dash. So then answer will be seller. Third answer, seller. Resources are limited but wants are dash. Answer, unlimited. Resources are limited but the wants are unlimited. Question number 5. Data, numbers, equations are being used in dash. So that we can use in statistics. So these are all fill in the blanks questions with answer. Next, 1 marks questions. Question number 1. What is economics according to Alfred Marshall? According to Alfred Marshall, economics is defined as study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. Question number 2. What are economic data? Economic facts are economic data. So answer will be economic facts are economic data. Question number 3. The national income divided into wages, profit, rent and interest. What it is called? So the national income which is divided into wages, profit, rent and interest, it is called as factors of payment or factors of rewards. Okay. Then land, labor, capital and organization, they are called as factors of production. So the factors of production like land, its factors of payment is a rent. Next, labor. Its factors of payment is wages. Next, capital. Its factors of payment is interest. And next, organization. Its factors of payment will be profit. Next, question number 4. What is statistics? Statistics is the quantitative information of facts and findings. So this is what statistics. This is up to 1 word questions or 1 marks questions. Now we'll move on 2 marks questions. First question. Generally, in which 3 parts economics is discussed? So that is, answer will be primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector or service sector. Question number 2. Mention the difference between employee and employer. Employee is an individual who provides labor to a company or another person. So that is what employee. Then employer means what? Employer is a person, firm or other entity which pays for or hires the services of another person. So this is what? Employer. So these are the difference between employee and employer. Next, third question. Mention any 2 scarcities in your daily life. So we are faced in our daily life this type of scarcities, that is scarcity of water, scarcity of food, scarcity of power, scarcity of petrol, long queues at railway stations, bus stop, cinema theaters, all type of scarcities we face in our daily life. Next, question number 4. Write any 2 resources which have alternative uses. So those resources which have alternative uses are oils, coals, solar energy. So these are the resources which have alternative uses. So this is up to 2 marks questions. Next, we'll move on 4 marks questions. First question. We are not as lucky as Aladdin in real life. Elucidate the statement. Everyone know that Aladdin's real life. Aladdin's in his real life, he had magic lamp because to fulfill his wants. He also having unlimited wants, but in order to fulfill that wants, he should just rub the magic lamp and suddenly jinn came and that jinn will fulfill his wants. But it is not apply in our real life like Aladdin's life, because we are not having magic lamp but we are having unlimited wants. We have unlimited wants but the availability of resources are very less. That means in order to fulfill that resources we are not have magic lamp. So in this way we can say that we are not as lucky as Aladdin in real life. Now we'll see question number 2. Scarcity is the root of all economic problems. Explain this statement. As we know that scarcity is only the all root for economic problems. Scarcity arises because of unlimited wants and limited resources. So we are having unlimited wants but the availability of resources it is very limited. Thus scarcity is the one of the most basic economic problems we face. We run into scarcity because of the reason limited resources. Wants are unlimited. Society would produce, distribute, and consume an infinite amount of everything to satisfy the unlimited wants and needs of human. Thus, scarcity is the root of all economic problems. Now, in this situation, society must now choose what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Number 3. Briefly explain how statistics helps to study economics. Statistics which helps to study economics because of following reasons. First one, statistics helps an economist to present economic facts or data in a precise and definite form. So this is one reason. Point number 2, statistics helps to condense or reduce the bulk of data. Point number 3, it facilitates forecasting and predicting of future. And last one, point number 4, it helps us to understand and analyze economic theories and denotes correlations between variable such as demand, supply, price and output. In this way, we can say that statistics helps to study economics. So these are the 4 points you need to write. And the last question, statistical methods are no substitute for common sense. Explain with the example. This is true that statistical methods are no substitute for common sense, because statistical data should not be believed blindly as it can be misused. The statistical data may involve personal bias or may undergo manipulations. Always remember, statistical data, it may be misinterpreted or misused, or it is influenced, or it should have personal bias, manipulated, along with it is failed to reveal the errors committed. Thus, the statistical data and methods fail to reveal the committed errors, and investigator, this can be understood by the help of story. It is said that a family of 4 persons, that is husband, wife and 2 children, once set out to cross a river. The father knew that average depth of the river, so he calculated the average height of his family members. Since the average height of his family members was greater than the average depth of the river, he thought they could be crossed safely. But what about the 2 children's height? Is it their height is also greater than the depth of river, or it is equal to parents? No. Consequently, children's, they drowned while crossing the river. Why they drowned? Because their height is less than the depth of the river, or it is a parents. So in this way, we can say that statistical methods are no substitute for common sense. And this is what 4 marks questions with answer. Okay students, all you need to write in book. Along with this is only the exercise of this episode. So now your chapter one completed with exercise questions also.